British adult content creator Bonnie Blue has been causing chaos in Bali. She travelled there during schoolies in search of barely legal Aussie men after our own government refused her a visitor's visa. I'm Carly Smith, senior reporter for Daily Mail in Australia. I've been covering Bonnie's crazy antics in the Indonesian holiday island, where she was recently arrested under suspicion of contravening the country's strict morality laws. It's understood she was arrested after allegedly making pornographic material. Police raided a studio in Badung and seized several cameras, condoms, sexual enhancement pills, USB drives, 19 items of clothing labelled Schoolies Bonnie Blue, 9 pink necklaces and a blue pickup truck. The 26-year-old, whose real name is Tia Billinger, was arrested in a raid on Friday. She was alongside a group of nearly 20 Australian and British nationals. The 14 Australian tourists were aged between 19 and 40 years old. When leaving the police station in Bali, they hid their faces. Some of them even covered their faces using McDonald's paper bags. They were interviewed by authorities in Jimbaran near Kuta on Monday. The Australians were released on the same day as their arrest on Friday, but Bonnie was not allowed to leave until Saturday morning. It's understood she is hiding in her villa somewhere near Canggu. None of the group has been charged, but their passports have been confiscated. A Balinese immigration official told Daily Mail this week that the 14 Australians had been interviewed as witnesses and would likely be allowed to return home this week. Bonnie, 2 British men and 1 Australian man will be interviewed by police and immigration officials sometime on Tuesday or Wednesday at the Jimbaran location. The immigration official confirmed that Bonnie had entered the country on a visitor's visa. If prosecuted and found guilty under the law, Bonnie faces up to 15 years imprisonment in Indonesia and fines of up to 6 billion rupiah, which is approximately 541,000 Australian dollars, which are the maximum penalties. The trip was advertised on Bonnie's social media as a chance for recently graduated Australian men who might be travelling to Bali for schoolies to come and meet with her. The posts, which were aimed at barely legal teenagers, were advertised in Bali because she had been refused entry to Australia, where she was hoping to attend the more traditional destination of the Gold Coast. Schoolies, for the uninitiated, is the kind of traditional end-of-year trip taken by recently graduated Australian students where they go to somewhere like Bali or the Gold Coast or Fiji to kind of let their hair down after finishing year 12 as a way of kind of relaxing and partying a bit before they end up going to university after the summer holidays. It can get pretty raucous and is usually pretty booze-fueled. Bonnie's trip to Bali had kind of created a bit of an uproar before she even set foot on the island. Speaking on the Kyle and Jackie O show back in November, a rival OnlyFans star warned her not to travel to the island and undertake any sex work because it's illegal there.
Now, hang on. I think what...
Maybe I'm just a liar.
Bonnie, are you gonna do sex work in Bali, a country or a city in Indonesia where sex work is illegal?
OnlyFans star based in the Gold Coast, Annie Knight, and her friend, a British OnlyFans star, Lily Phillips, were appearing on the radio show, and Kyle and Jackie O had Bonnie call in as a bit of a surprise to the girls. Created a bit of a confrontation between them where they kind of discussed how their previously good friendship had fallen out.
Is there anything you want to say, Annie, to Bonnie?
Just that I hope you're doing well and I hope you're happy. And yeah.
It's funny though, because you say you've got nothing to say, but your social media says Bonnie Blue is a liar. Bonnie Blue is not doing schoolies.
Because you're not,
Bonnie. I'm 100% doing schoolies.
Bonnie, you're in Thailand right now. Like, you're not even in the country and you're
I'm
pretending.
not in Thailand.
You are in Thailand. We know. Julian
I'm
Woods has been
Bali.
posting for weeks about
Bali,
Thailand. No,
I'll confirm the facts. It's my body and I know exactly where I am. The bus is in Australia, so are my fluids. But I will be in Bali schoolies and I am remaining in Bali for schoolies.
With Bonnie facing serious consequences if she is found to have broken Indonesian law, I reached out to Annie Knight to get her thoughts on her former friend's current situation in Bali. In an emailed statement, Annie told me, "I did try to warn her of the consequences of filming pornographic content in Bali while I was on the phone to her on the Kyle and Jackie O show. She heard my warnings and chose to ignore them. So it's hard to feel sorry for her. She made her bed and now she's lying in it. It's not the smartest business decision, but I guess everyone makes mistakes. Ironically, when Annie and Bonnie were still mates, they travelled to Fiji together during schoolies in November 2024. It was there that they also had a bit of trouble with immigration. They were tipped off to the fact that Fijian police may be on their way to where they were staying to possibly deport them from the country for undertaking work outside of their visitor's visa. Amid her fallout with Bonnie, Annie Knight has joined forces with British OnlyFans star Lily Phillips. Lily has her own thoughts on Bonnie.
Me and Bonnie, we're not friends, no.
Yeah, no, we were friends, and then, unfortunately, some things transpired that I couldn't, forgive, and now we're not friends.
Yeah. The new best friend pair have been seen on nights out together to coincide with Australian schoolies this year, where Bonnie has left a hole. Bonnie has also recently earned the wrath of another British OnlyFans star. Arabella Mia told us that she has the energy of a Dementor, which is a reference to creatures in Harry Potter who guard the prison of Azkaban and suck the happiness out of human beings, leaving them filled with nothing but despair. Before Bonnie's arrest on Friday, she had actually already earned the attention of Balinese police over her newly acquired Bangbus. Bali police confirmed to the Daily Mail last Wednesday that her newly unveiled Bangbus, a rickety single-cab utility vehicle that online commentators have somewhat creatively nicknamed the Root Ute, hasn't been taxed for 2 years. It was also illegally altered, they say, when it was spray-painted that dark blue colour that you can see today. Bonnie had been using the Bangbus to travel to party hotspots on the island, where she was hoping to pick up those aforementioned barely legal Aussie guys, and she kind of documented the whole thing online, so it was pretty hard for people to miss. On November 28, she posted pictures of this blue Bangbus together with the caption, "Bali schoolies, your taxi will be waiting at the airport for you tomorrow." According to government documents, the vehicle in question is actually registered as being white, and the paperwork has never been updated to say that it's blue, which is actually illegal in Bali. We actually revealed that the Ute's tax also hasn't been paid since 2023, which is a really big no-no in Bali. If a vehicle colour doesn't match up with its STNK, a vehicle registration certificate which must be carried in the cabin at all times, it can result in a fine of up to 500,000 rupiah, or about $46 in Aussie terms. Or, at worst case scenario, it could actually result in 2 months in prison. Now, Bonnie's future hangs in the balance. She may face jail time, but it is more likely that she will simply be deported for misusing her visitor's visa. A Bali immigration official said they were still deciding on how to handle Bonnie's case. While it is actually being handled by the immigration department, we understand that the police are also still involved. We will be deepening the investigation to check her activity during her time in Bali and work jointly with police, they said. Daily Mail has contacted the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade here in Australia for comment.